Psychology facts about human behavior that will blow your mind. Although many people with a penis are relatively familiar with its antics, there's more to this appendage than meets the eye. In this video, we discuss 10 interesting details about the penis that you probably didn't know. Number 1. The first erection. Penises are born ready, and it is common for babies to exit the room with an erection. Even before the moment of birth, ultrasound scans sometimes show a fetus with a fully formed erection. Even before the moment of birth, ultrasound scans sometimes show a fetus with a fully formed erection. According to a study from 1991, fetal erections most commonly occur during rapid eye movement sleep, and they can happen a number of times each hour. No one is quite sure why, but it might be the body's way of testing things out and keeping them running correctly. Number 2. A penis is twice as long as you think. A lot of people might take solace in this fact. Penises are longer than they look. In fact, around half of the entire length is housed inside the body. You might be thinking, well, it's no good to me up there, but it needs to remain connected to the rest of the anatomy, so it's probably best that it stays put. Number 3, the shoe size myth. Let's lay this one to rest, shall we? As a 2002 study published in the journal BJU International confirms, there is no correlation between shoe size and penis length. Although an older study published in 1993 found that penile length was related to both height and foot length, it was a weak relationship, and the authors concluded height and foot size would not serve as practical estimators of penis length. Although an older study published in 1993 found that penile length was related to both height and foot length, it was a weak relationship, and the authors concluded height and foot size would not serve as practical estimators of penis length. A 2006 study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research looked at other correlations. The researchers concluded that penile length significantly correlated with age, height, and index finger length, but not foot size. Number 4, morning wood. Most people with penises have 3 to 5 erections every night, mostly during REM sleep. This is also called nocturnal penile tumescence, and it's still not clear why it happens. One theory is that it might help prevent bedwetting. An erection inhibits urination. Whatever the reason behind nocturnal erections, they can be useful as a diagnostic tool. If it is difficult to have or maintain an erection while awake, but not during sleep, this can point to an underlying psychological cause rather than a physical one. Number 5, one final erection. So, we've established that erections can occur in the womb and during sleep, but what is perhaps even more surprising is the death erection, also called angel lust, or a terminal erection that happens in the moments after death. Most commonly, it occurs in people who have died from hanging. Scientists believe that it may be due to pressure from the noose on the cerebellum. Studies have found that if you're getting value from this video and hit the like button, you tend to last longer in bed. And if you hit the subscribe button, you'll have more satisfying orgasms. Number 6. The penis can break. There is no bone in the penis, which is fairly unusual for mammals. However, it is still possible to break the penis. This most commonly occurs during vigorous sex, although doctors have also documented it in people who have fallen out of bed with an erection. The moment of fracture is accompanied by popping or cracking sound, intense pain, swelling, and unsurprisingly flaccidity. Thankfully, it doesn't happen very often, and if it is treated swiftly, this can restore full function. As a note of caution, if this happens to you, do not let embarrassment get the better of you. See a doctor as soon as possible. In a study that analyzed 42 cases of penile fracture, the authors described the most dangerous position as woman on top. So, number 7, no-brainer. Most people with penises have very little control over exactly when they ejaculate. This is partly because it does not involve the brain. The signal to ejaculate comes from the spinal ejaculation generator. This region in the spinal cord coordinates the necessary functions. Of course, the brain does have some input into these matters. Thinking about something else is a well-known way to delay the event, for instance. But the nuts and bolts of the whole operation are dealt with in the spine. Number 8, the angle of the dangle. A penile erection can point in virtually any direction, straight ahead, left or right, up or down. There's no right or wrong. The following data come from a study that measured 14,084 erections. So for anyone concerned that their chap is a bit skewed, do not worry, you are normal. While we are on the topic of normality, very few penises are straight. They can curve in any direction. A curve of up to 30 degrees is still considered healthy. Number 9, grower or show, or 274 participants demonstrated that there is no correlation between the length of a flaccid penis and its erect size. Some start small and end up large, a grower, while some are large when flaccid and only grow a little when erect, a shower. Some are small regardless of arousal, and some are large when flaccid and get much larger. It's a mixed bag. 10 cornflakes prevent masturbation. They don't, really. However, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg, the breakfast cereal mastermind, hoped that they would. He invented cornflakes and other products because he thought that plain foods would lead Americans away from the sin of masturbation. Thankfully, nowadays, food manufacturers spend less time trying to convince the youth to give up masturbation. And just in case there was any doubt, that doesn't make you go blind either. If this list has tickled your fancy, your next move might be to plan a trip to Iceland and visit the Icelandic Phallological Museum, which is dedicated to all things penile. The museum was started up by Sigurdur Hjardarson, whose interest began when he was given a bull's penis as a boy. Or, if you want to go one step further, you can visit the Gulai Xuan restaurant in Beijing, which specializes in penis and testicle dishes. It's up to you. Other interesting facts about the penis you probably didn't know are, while the time it takes to reach orgasm is different for different people, the length of the orgasm itself is more similar. In one study, women's orgasms lasted 18 seconds on average, and men's orgasms lasted about 22 seconds. Penises are generally darker than the body from which they hang. A micropenis is a term used by researchers to refer to penis fewer than 2.8 inches in length when stretched. The condition affects only 0.6% of men, or 6 in 1,000 men. It is caused by inadequate testosterone at a late stage of fetal development. The penis stops growing when a man is in his early 20s. Men actually do get blue balls, which is technically called prostatic congestion. It is caused by trapped blood, a warm shower, aspirin, or an orgasm usually will relieve the achiness. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.